what you think they're feeling versus what they are actually feeling. So, Spirit, for the viewer, based on the viewer's intuition and dreams or emotional impressions, let's have a look. What do you believe the other person is feeling towards you? So this might also represent projected energy from signs or silence or soul tethers. Let's have a look. Okay, we have got the Queen of Rods, the King of Cups, the Three of Swords, and the Lovers. And let's have a look at what are they actually feeling. This is going to reveal the deeper truth of their emotional body, and this could also show hidden longing or emotional conflict or regret. Let's have a look. This is going to bring some clarity where that mind and intuition might be at odds. We have got the Hierophant. So from your perspective, this connection still feels alive. You sense that they're drawn to you and that there's still deep emotions. There could be some lingering pain and even maybe love that has not been expressed. And underneath the surface, there is something else that is happening. And this reading really explores the differences between what you believe they're feeling based on your intuition and what they're actually processing now on a deeply spiritual level. Because while you might be feeling all of the passion and the heartbreak, they actually might be feeling something far more internal and structured and sacred. So I feel like this reading is going to be for those of you that might be in separation or in silence, or there might be some soul confusion. So if you've wondered whether the intensity that you're sensing is mutual, or if you felt some sort of emotional chaos under the surface of their calm, then this might be your message. There is certainly a sense of intensity from them, perhaps even obsession and emotional depth, and possibly even regret here with the cards that we have. So the Queen of Wands, this shows that you perceive them as magnetized by you, attracted not only to your beauty or your presence, but actually to your radiance. We can see that this queen is surrounded by hibiscus flowers, and that really reflect passion and sensuality and sacred feminine energy. So you feel that they might see you as unforgettable, as untouchable, desirable, and they probably do. We then have this King of Cups. And with this, you might believe that they're hiding emotions behind this calm exterior. We can see on the illustration this bottle that is labeled Calming Tonic. And this could be speaking about emotional suppression. So you've likely sensed that they're deeply still in love, even if they've said nothing, that they feel soothing on the outside but stormy within. And then we have this telltale card of the Three of Swords. And you might believe that they're hurting and that they might feel regret and guilt and grief about what happened, that they are carrying heartbreak too. This is then followed by the Lovers card, and in this particular deck, we can see into the very chambers of the heart. And you believe that they felt the same intensity, that this was a soul bond, a sacred choice, and you sense that even now their heart remembers. What we're seeing from these cards is that you were not wrong. You sense the intensity and the passion and the emotional depth and even the heartbreak, because it was absolutely there. Originally, I hadn't seen this Seven of Swords that was sitting right underneath the Lovers. And this really confirms something important, that there were real feelings, but they weren't fully revealed. So I'm really getting the impression that this person may have held back out of either fear or pride or timing or uncertainty. And they may have really chosen to keep their emotions silent while still emotionally very tethered to you. So this connection, it feels like it was mutual, but the communication was one-sided or obscured, and they didn't tell you the full truth. Not just to you, but even possibly to themselves, but you felt it anyway. So this feels like it was a connection that was lived mostly in the energy, not in expression, and that secrecy might have been the very reason that the heartbreak lingers. Which takes us to pile number 2, which is meant to reflect what they are actually feeling. So beneath everything, you might be sensing, and the tone here is quiet, but it's also powerful, that there is an inner truth that is awakening, even if it has not yet been spoken. So on the surface, we can see from that King of Cups that they may appear very calm and unmoved and distant and even emotionally silent, but the Hierophant reveals something deeper at work, that they are processing this connection through the lens of meaning, of structure and spiritual consequence. So we can see that there is, within this illustration, there is the use of bones, and these are specifically humorous bones to create the Hierophant symbol. And bones, they carry history, they carry memory, they carry foundation, and they are what remain long after all else is stripped away. And if we think about the humerus bone, this connects the shoulder to the elbow. It is quite literally the arm of action, suggesting that this person is really grappling with what to do with the weight of what they now understand. This card really tells us that, consciously or not, they are coming to terms with the idea that this connection mattered, that it wasn't random, that it challenged them spiritually and emotionally, and that there might actually be a soul contract here that they didn't understand until now. But the Hierophant energy, it doesn't move impulsively. It really absorbs, and then it reflects, and then it reshapes the inner belief system. So this person is really reevaluating not just how they feel, but what it means to feel. So they're questioning their past choices, their current values, and perhaps even the spiritual nature of the bond itself. So what I'm picking up on is that this is not avoidance, it's actually an internal transformation. And the structure of the bones, it really suggests that this isn't just about emotions, it's about rewriting something fundamental within themselves. It is really showing that their inner world is shifting quietly, deeply, and irreversibly. So this is saying that your intuition hasn't lied to you, that you felt this emotional depth and the attraction, the heartbreak and the unspoken connection because it was there. And this pile number 1, it shows that you were right to sense their feelings, even if they never fully admitted them. The intensity, the silence, the unfinished energy, it all pointed to something real that was held back and not imagined. And this pile 2, it reveals something just as important, that while they might not have expressed it outwardly, they've been processing it inwardly, and this connection has absolutely left a mark. And now, whether consciously or not, they're starting to understand what it meant. So yes, your intuition was right. Your heart did not make it up, and you weren't holding on to nothing. They felt it, and they still do. And now they're finally beginning to feel the weight of it. If you feel that this message resonated and you still feel the presence of a soul connection woven in your path, then I do offer a limited number of soul contract readings where we can explore any contracts, your past lifetimes, and the spiritual purpose of this connection and the potential outcome in this one. Currently, there are only a very few that are available because I am traveling through the Greek islands right now. The weather has meant that we've had to take a couple of little detours, and we are not at the hotel that we are meant to be based. So I'm only taking 2 or 3 readings at a time so that I can make sure I honor them as I'm traveling. You will find all of the links to my readings within my bio.